Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. So today's video will probably be called a window of opportunity, and this time you have to take it quite literally because the vehicle in question is, overall speaking, pretty shit. The vehicle in question is the Chinese M113A1 TOW, rank 5, battle rating 8.0, anti-tank missile carrier. It carries 10 of the BGM-71C1 TOW ATGMs, and they are also not really all that great. However, this position on this map is probably the best that you can get out of this vehicle, because it hides perfectly behind this kind of destroyed factory walls, windows, and you can also hide between the ruins once you reload, which takes around about 10 seconds. So about the TOW missiles, they have what, 430 millimeters of penetration at any distance because heat warheads. Maximum firing range is 3 kilometers, and it has a maximum speed of 299 meters per second. So it literally takes you 10 seconds to get the missile to maximum target. But again, I digress. The vehicle has barely any armor to speak of. It's, I think, aluminum armor, and it is rather compact, so easy to hit and easy to destroy. Also, it's susceptible to hull break, etc, etc. But as you can see, a lot of people don't look really here, and that is really powerful. And this was the first match that I got this vehicle on, Abandoned Factory. So the one thing that really destroys this tank for me personally is the lack of gun depression. More on this in just a moment. So this was the first match, and this is then the final match kill on this map, or in this match. And we go straight into the next battle, and again you can see me doing the very same thing again, using a window of opportunity. This is then where this Roykart was pretty lucky, so he took the cap and he smoked up and he reversed. I tried to blind fire him, but he was just, already gone. But that doesn't really matter. But look, I have a bit of support here. There are 2 tanks in the very north, and there are 2 tanks right next to me. So we're taking here the cap. I see the Roykart, and I'm too slow to really react and do anything about it. I still want to get the cap here. And then the Roykart just simply destroys my support, or the first of the support tanks. I think to myself, oh, clearly that guy knows where that Roykart is coming from, and no, and he's getting really awfully annoying. So he destroyed here now the second support tank, and I'm really lucky that he gives here me the opportunity to missile him. And that's the thing, he didn't expect me here. He had no idea that I was there. Another thing extremely interesting about this position is that here you can get the cap, you can refill the missiles, be in cover, be safe more or less from artillery strikes, although they are still possible, but also aircraft have a goddamn hard time to really get you here. So this position is extremely powerful. Now usually I'd say 5 crew members is nothing really spectacularly important, but here they can snipe your gunner 3 times and you are more or less still combat efficient. I just saw there an ONTOS whizzing by, so I prepare myself, or I try to reposition myself to be prepared for that guy. And I think that this is where then they have to destroy or kill the 4th guy before they actually get a kill on you with the machine guns. Yes, he has no cover. Yes, the firing arcs is only 45 degrees to the left and to the right. And also the 5 degrees of gun depression, as I mentioned before, are a real issue. If this gunner would be able to depress the TOW firing tube more, which physically speaking there is nothing in the way except the 50 cal, then this tank would be really powerful. I don't really mind the kind of not really lack of elevation. It's only 10 degrees, it could be more again, but again I think that's the depression that's really depressing in this case, because very often you see tanks, you see positions where you could fire over that ridge line, and especially I guess the gunner could depress it by 15 degrees. I suspect that the reason for this is being somebody lazy at Guardian headquarters and thinking, okay, the tank can only fire over the 50 cal with a gun depression of 5 degrees. So let's put the 5 degrees of maximum gun depression to the rest of the 90-degree firing cone. That is bad. Really, it takes so much away from the vehicle's overall possible capabilities and positioning possibilities. You can imagine a tank that has just a more or less average speed, has barely any armor, is susceptible to hull break, has a limited firing arc, a long reload, a limited amount of missiles. You really need to make it work. And look, here I warned my team from this SDP-1 that I'm killing right now with a lucky hit. True knocked out by hitting the engine. Okay. So again, I lost here a substantial amount of my support here, and again, I was not quick enough to get the missile on this guy. Again, this position is extremely strong, especially with this tank. But on the other hand, that's probably the only position where the tank is good at or usable at. With all this in mind, I don't think that this tank is worth the research price. I really don't think that you should invest the price that is required. What costs it? 170,000 RP. And then it costs you a further, what is the price? Where is it? 440,000 silver lines to purchase it. 130,000 to get it into a crew. That's already 570,000 silver lines. And then it overall costs you just short of 1 million silver lines to get also all those two things and the expert qualification, which is kind of mandatory to put down the reload. Because here's the thing about the 10-second reload. If it's longer than this, there is an extremely high chance that anybody gets back his driver or his gunner that you just had to disable with the first missile if it wasn't a one-shot. And you know, with this long reload, you kill the first guy and the second guy has all the time in the world to kill you. And this is really what makes this tank frustrating. On the other hand, I have to say that the stock grind, well, practically there is none. You're pretty much a stationary sniper. You don't have to have the greatest mobility, and you also don't have to unlock any sort of ammunition, right? So now let's have a look at the map and the current situation. We have 2 out of the 3 caps, which is nice. We have a significant points lead. But I only have, 3 crew members left on the ground. There is a Leopard 1 with me, and he is now under aircraft attack. He seems to be hit badly by the missiles or by the rockets. And there is a bomb. So I have now 1 tank member less with me. And there are 2 tanks in the south. So I don't know how many tanks the enemy team has right at this moment, but this is not looking good. And this is the disadvantage of this position. First of all, you need to get this map and to spawn from the western side. And then the cap must be either here or it must be a 3 cap scenario. And then the team must be with you, and they must not push too hard, and they mustn't die on you. You must support them with shots like these, with great situation awareness and listening around. But at the end of the day, if you have no support, you have no potential of carrying that game, despite the many advantages that this map gives you. So I'm waiting. Currently down in the south, C gets contested by the enemy. And this doesn't look good. So we get here a good strike into the engine. We miss the ammo rack by some inches, and that is bad. That is really not good. So here I hear another tank. Where is he? Where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, he doesn't see me. And now I kill his commander. But I didn't kill the tank. I didn't disable the gun breach. And even if I would have disabled the gun breach, well, the possibility is there that his machine gun would have killed my gunner. So he knows now that I'm here, and there comes the artillery strike. But again, this position provides excellent cover from aircraft. So I miss here the machine gun port. The problem is that guy that I hit with a ATGM previously has now kind of repaired. Yeah, so a lot of the advantages now go south because, well, there is one. He's waiting for me. And here comes the good news. So I was let down by my team. I cannot defend myself versus multiple tanks from multiple sides, and also if they are working together, which sadly those guys do, I'm doomed. So the window of opportunity kind of closed on me right there. And that was not the shot that I wanted to take. Anyways, that's the best that I could do with this tank. I just simply didn't get the maps. I simply didn't get the scenarios. I really tried, but that's the best that I could do. Not to be recommended. It's really a trash tank. That's it for me today, so thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know in the comment section if you think that this was helpful. And as usual, we will see each other on the waves, in the skies, and on the battlefields of War Thunder.